Todd McCullough's an idiot if he doesn't start him again.
This is LA Kings Fan Talk with Rodney, Rob, Darren, Mike, and Joe.
All right, guys. The Kings start the season at 2-2-1. Rob, what are your thoughts on the Kings after 5 games?
We're looking okay, after that preseason. I think everybody in the fandom was hoping for maybe a little better start. Um, those 3 losses, even though one was in overtime, you would like to think Colorado, Carolina, and Boston, it'd be nice to beat one of them instead of obviously losing, because I think Colorado and Carolina might be the class of the conferences. So if we were able to pull out a win against one of them two, kind of consummates the preseason, the good preseason we had. But to lose all 3 of those games, it makes you kind of wonder a little bit, it that doubt creeps in just a little bit. But for me, it's 5 games. It's the rest of our division isn't doing so hot. I mean, what's
Outside of Vegas, yeah.
yeah, what's Edmonton thinking right now? What's
And they just lost McDavid for a couple weeks.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
Yep.
And Seattle, I'm sure Seattle's sitting there going after last year's season, they would like to have started off a lot better. They're 1-4. So we're okay. 2-1.
so you're good with that
5
start.
games. Nope.
All right. Darren, what do you think?
I don't hate it.
Yeah, I think if you told me coming in we were 2-2-1 with the teams we had to start, it'd be okay. I feel like we kind of dominated most of the play in those games. I think goaltending let us down a little bit in a couple spots, but it's not absurdly bad. It's just like one shot, one save that we needed out of those guys, and we didn't quite get. But I think it's still early. I'm not ready to give up on them, like some people in Kings fandom are. But no, I'm overall happy with it. I think it's great to see Trevor Moore find his scoring touch, and be nice if Byfield put a couple in. He had a couple opportunities. Wish he would have potted, but overall, I'm happy with the start. And we look good. I think we really miss Arvidsson on the power play. I think our power play is a little disappointing, but other than that, I don't know. I'm not. I'm happy with the start. I think it could be worse. So
Did you just bang on Byfield already in the first minute of the
I think he
podcast?
said. I think he said Byfield is the king of almost, or something like that.
pretty much.
So you're satisfied with the goaltending, Darren? You want to roll with it? And
I'm fine rolling with it. Let's call it a Cal Peterson line. If we get to the end of November and we're still losing games because of the goaltending, yeah, we should do a change. But give them each about 8 to 10 games. Is that fair? I mean, I think we're not going to get a good sample size from he played 2 games.
This brings up something though, when you're talking about the fandom already, and I'm already kind of disgruntled with some of our fans. But they're just so damn negative all the time about certain things. It's like
Yeah.
I start to wonder if they're even Kings fans, it seems. But after 5 games, how can you be writing people off or already crowning greatness after just 5 games? And I think you know where I'm going to go with this, but
Yeah.
Cam Talbot doesn't have a great game. He's terrible. But then he has a good game. Oh, he's the one we need. Yeah, he's the one we need.
Yeah.
Give him another start.
Yeah.
Todd McCullough's an idiot if he doesn't start him again. And then he loses, and now it's like, okay, now there's question marks again. It's like, Jesus, it's only 5 games. Vince Copley, what is he only played one game?
One
Yeah.
game, and he has
Yeah.
what 466 goals against.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that
Yeah.
mean he's terrible? No, it means one game. Just like LaFerriere. He didn't score for 4 games. There were people out there still saying how great he was. There was people out there saying he's the Calder Cup winner. I mean, Calder Trophy winner. It's 5 games, guys. Chill out.
Yeah.
LaFerriere is potentially a really, really, really good player, but he's not God's gift yet. And you people that are sitting there saying, oh, he's playing with Fiala and Dubois and hasn't scored a point, I think those are all the Byfield people trying to make themselves feel a little better about Byfield. I'm being serious, you know?
That's why I'm
But
laughing because you are being serious.
yeah, but even on the Byfield stuff too, that'll his draft position will forever make him a whipping boy, you know, and the Jesus, just the fans are so fickle. It's crazy. And then Kaliev, don't even get me started on Kaliev. Half of the fandom wanted him traded. They
That's
wanted
true.
him gone.
They still put him in package deals, potential package deals for goalie trades. Always hear what?
All you Kaliev haters right there.
What do we hear? Like, oh, package Arvidsson, Kaliev, and a pick for a goalie is what I've been hearing a lot. So
22-year-old scored 13 goals last year in 10 minutes a game, and there's nothing to like about him. And the one trick pony words all the time. One trick. Okay, Kopitar's a one trick pony. He only has a 200-foot game. I'm tired of that one trick. You know, uh, uh, stupid Dowdy's a one trick pony. Shoot wide on the power play. Shoot wide. I mean, screw your one trick pony. The kid scores goals with little chances he gets, and you guys want to trade him off. Come on, LA Kings fans. Come on, you're better than that.
Darren, now that Rob's rant's over, what do you think about our defense so far? How they've been playing?
I don't think they've been playing poorly necessarily. I don't know. I think I like what I've seen out of Spence to some extent, but I think he had a little bit of a shakier game last night. Um, Roy and Gavrikov are I feel like they might be our best pair right now. But I think something I would like to see them explore is taking Dowdy off the power play, or at least power play one. And if that's Spence there, or maybe it's Clark eventually, I think that would be a fun experiment to try. Give it 10 games with that. But who knows?
Right. So whoever's playing on power play unit one is playing like a minute and 45 seconds of the power play, which is what I've noticed so
Yeah,
far this season. So yeah, throw Spence up there. You're saying? Yeah. I mean, who
yeah.
else?
Well, he's here.
Yeah. Until Clark takes it over, right, Rob?
Yeah, well, here's another 5 game measuring stick for all you people that think Spence and LaFerriere are so much better than Kaliev and Clark. Well, until LaFerriere got that one meaningless goal last game, Spence and LaFerriere were the only guys on the team that have played multiple games with 0 points, zero production. LaFerriere was a -2. It's but Spence, I'm I think he's been a little bit invisible. Now, is that because he's been on the third pair? I don't know. I would like to think Clark would be more noticeable even on the third pairing. And it's not a knock against Spence. I've professed my love for Spence many times. I just think Clark's a better player. And yes, Gavrikov and Roy. I've been the one screaming, put Clark up with Gavrikov. But if they're going to play that well together, and it's only been 5 games, but they do look really, really good. Roy is pretty valuable to this team. Cap
Yep.
hip and the minutes he's eaten and what he brings to the table. He's He's playing really well.
Agreed.
Yep. I like-
All right, Darren, what are you thinking about our forward units as a whole so far?
like I said earlier, I think we're missing Arvidsson on that power play. The right-handedness of him, I think we're a little awkward trying to play that lefty down in the corner, which I don't think works out for us. And I think that's part of the reason why our power play is so poor. Um, I don't, I like the combinations. I don't think they're really going to change much. It might be interesting to see to flip flop Kaliev and Laferriere for now. Um, and then the fourth line is the fourth line. I mean, would I like to see Turcotte or Jad in? Sure, but who you put him in over? Like, I don't think Lewis has played necessarily poorly. So he didn't have a great game last night, I think. But I mean, he's here for he's gonna play 6 minutes of 4-on-4 and or 5-on-5 and a bunch of power penalty kill time. So
What do you think, Rob?
Yeah. Um, I don't have any complaints. They're fun to watch right now. Results haven't been super great because we're 2-2-1, but I think the forwards are the way the line combinations are fine. They're not exactly what I would do, but they are working. Um,
We have more goals for than goals against. That's something.
correct. Yeah, I'm not going to get in. It's too long-winded to sit here and talk about exact line combinations that I would like to see because then we just get lost in that rabbit hole. So, but as far as the first 5 games go, I think the forward lines they're fine.
So, Darren, let's do this really quick. Who are your
yep.
top three performers on the Kings so far? 5 games in, any position, just top three.
I think number one's more. I think number two might be Gavrikov, and then number three. I think there's a lot of guys you can put in three. I'll take Grunstrom. I think in his
You
limited
took the one
time.
I was gonna take. Nice. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I think in his limited time he's done well, even with the garbage goal last game.
Right.
Or garbage time goal, not a garbage goal.
All right. Notice you didn't pick any goalies. Just kidding, Rob. Who's your top three performers?
I'll go Roy instead of Gavrikov. I'll go Roy. Um, Trevor Moore, obvious. And then I don't I'll go Kaliev, just him coming back. Just those first 2 games that he came back. Actually got cheated on an assist on Deneau's goal. He actually popped that back to Deneau before Deneau put that in. Um, I like the way he's skating. I've seen him try to throw the body a little bit more than usual. Maybe he's worried about his spot. I don't know, but I do like the way he's playing.
What do you think of that cross
Callie,
check to England's nose?
yeah, right after I actually tweeted about that. I said, "How is Kaliev's glove up to protect a 4-minute minor, and a cross check to England's face is a 2-minute? How did how does that
I don't
work?"
know.
East
Yeah.
Coast bias, maybe?
I thought that was pretty wild, but
I don't think
was
we've won one of those or had it go in our favor for any of those high sticking replays, right? Has it ever gone in our favor? It's always been downgraded from a major to a minor. I don't think I've ever seen them be like, no, it was a major. More,
right. And I'll tell you what, yeah, the guy was trying to cross check his shoulder, but England kind of lifted his arm up and it deflected up into his face. It doesn't matter what, I mean, he cross checked his face.
if you're trying to cross check his shoulder, like you're aiming high for a
Right,
reason.
right. And you're responsible for the outcome of what happens. And the outcome was a cross check to the face. How is that a 2 minute penalty? I just it blew me, especially right after Kaliev getting 4 minutes for just lifting up his hand, the guy running into his glove and his visor cutting his nose.
Yeah. It had the same. It was reversed against Doughty too, whereas like the guy put his hand up, Doughty's face hit the butt end of his stick. Same thing, and he got cut, and they reviewed it and they reversed it.
Right.
And it was
It's
like, how do you just take a look? I mean, I don't know. Seems silly.
I do want to give a little shout out to England, though. I know a lot of Kings fans hate him, but
we need it.
yeah, he's bringing that physical element. Got clocked a couple times and took a cross check to his face, and I don't see him popping up on any injury reports. So seems like a pretty tough dude.
So he's one of your top three.
No, he's maybe if we go like top six, he'd make it.
So who are your top three?
Gavrikov and Roy, not just one or the other.
Okay.
Throw Trevor Moore in there. Grunstrom, I was going to say already.
Well, it's weird. Your top three has four in it.
Yeah. And good old Kopitar. You know, at his ripe old age, he's just solid as he ever was. So,
Yep. 5 points in 5 games.
right? Attaboy, Kopi. All right, so what, we go back to back with the Coyotes, and then what?
We go home and home with the Coyotes. We come back home for Vegas. Then we go all the way out to Toronto, Ottawa, Philly, and then back to Vegas. That's our next 7 games.
All right. So what are you thinking? Do we need to win 2 out of 3 before we go on that long road trip?
I would like to have, of those 7 games, I would like 5 wins.
Yeah, I think that's doable.
Very doable.
If we go 5 wins in those 7 games, obviously the Vegas Knights are 2 of those games. Toronto, it'd be great. It would be great to beat them.
It's always great to beat them.
There's a little fledgling rivalry with the Senators right now because of the Byfield Stutzla, all that crazy. So
It's a fan rivalry. I don't know if
Right.
it's on ice.
right. And I've always, Ottawa's been like my little side chick for a long, long time.
Really?
But the fans are starting to make me question my relationship with the Senators right now.
I miss the good old days whenever the Kings played the Senators, they would have bench clearing brawls. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it'd
It's
be
awesome.
100 to 200 minutes of penalties in those games,
Yeah.
and good times.
Good times.
Fun to watch.
Yeah.
But is Arizona for real?
We're about to find out, right?
We're about to find out these
Yeah.
next 2
I think
games.
they're
Right?
I think they're frisky. They have a lot of kids, so I think they're probably not going to be in it for the long term. But I think they're frisky. They'll give everyone a run for their money. So like Keller and Cooley and Jersey and all
He
those
said
guys.
Jersey. he said Jersey.
You knew he was going to get his jersey tucked in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You're wearing your jersey right now, right?
Oh,
Right, Darren?
oh yeah. 100%.
Cool. All right, so who gets the starting goal next game?
Ooh, let's talk it.
I mean, back to
think
back, you
it's
figured both
Copley.
can get a start, but I'm thinking
Yeah.
Copley and then Talbot. But
Yeah, probably Copley first. I mean, I think the only argument you would make is, I think you look at the Vegas game and who do you want to start that game. But I think it depends on who plays better out of these two, the Arizona games. I don't think it's like, oh, Talbot's the one, so he's already locked into that Arizona or the Vegas game, so he plays the first game. You know what I mean? Go like 1-1-1. So I think you give Copley the game on the next game against Arizona, and whoever plays better there gets the Vegas game.
all right, one more thing before we go tonight. We'll start with you, Darren. Are you still missing Alex Faust, or are you starting to acclimate over to Nick
I,
Nixon?
I I've listened to a lot of Nick Nixon because I would take late night walks and listen on iHeartRadio
Okay.
all the time. So I'm fine with that. I'm fine with Nick Nixon.
Just wondering.
I never had a problem with Alex Faust like you guys did, but I'm good for him. He's working the national broadcast on a bunch of different sports. I think that's what he wanted to do. I kind of think the Kings were a stepping stone for him, and
And
maybe that's your guys.
doesn't that make you feel used?
No, no. Why would that make us feel used? Our guys
Because
went on to bigger and better
we we
things.
we were too nice to him when he knew all along he was using us.
So, do you guys think Daryl Evans thinks this sucks? I just got relegated to like field reporting or sitting in the box. Do you think he likes his being down there with his shiny suit between the
No,
benches?
he loves it. He loves
Yeah,
he
oh, yeah.
he's a good guy. Just
I think he likes being on TV too
yeah.
with the shiny suits.
Right.
And if he
Um,
gets a chance to use that shiny suit to like shine some light and blind someone on a shot or something like that.
Yeah, we got a solid broadcast team right now.
quick random thoughts before we go.
Let's go.
Um, does Lazat feel bad about hurting uh Velarde?
I was thinking he at least texted him or called him and probably apologizing and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
I mean,
See,
I assume they're friends off the ice. But
I thought it was the opposite. I thought like Rob Blake like activated him like a sleeper agent and like he was like take out his knees. Just
Um, Colorado is undefeated. Boston is undefeated as right now as we speak. I don't know if the Ducks are actually going to beat Boston tonight or not, but two of our losses are to undefeated teams. And when I say
I'm hoping Boston stays undefeated as long as they beat the
right,
Ducks. They can go
right,
undefeated all season and lose in the first round of the playoffs, but you know.
but Colorado's 5-0. The Bruins are 4-0. Okay, so we lost. That's why I'm saying
yeah.
first five games. Okay, whatever. That's a random thought. Just
Yeah, I'm sure the Oilers fans aren't worried at all on the other side of
I
Rodney,
got
things.
one.
I got a question, Rodney,
Yep,
for you. Fagamo scored.
he did.
Yeah. Um, would you like to see Fogmo playing fourth line for the Kings or Trevor Lewis playing fourth line for the Kings?
I have to pick one of those.
Uh,
I would like to see Fagamo playing on the Kings power play too, but not necessarily fourth line. Fourth line, throw Lewis out there, throw him on the penalty kill. He's fine playing those
I mean,
type of minutes.
so basically what I'm asking, Darren, I'll ask you the same
I
question. Maybe you'll answer the question.
mhm.
Um, Fogmo, if we kept him, and the only way that happened is maybe by not signing Trevor Lewis. Are you happy with Trevor Lewis and Fogmo being gone, or would you rather have Fogmo playing
I think
fourth line?
I'd rather have Fogmo for the promise of it, but I think Trevor Lewis hasn't been like awful, and I think LaFerriere would have jumped Fogamo this season anyways. So his spot was kind of always in jeopardy.
Right.
I got one for you, Rob. What do you
Okay.
think of Clark in the AHL at
Um,
Ontario?
he's definitely toughening up, isn't he?
Mhm.
He's got some elbows thrown and some boards in his face.
He's
And
mouthing off a lot down there, which I don't
hey,
know is a good idea for him, but we'll
I
see.
so Dowdy never mouthed off.
Doubt he still mouths off, but people don't take him
Exactly.
seriously because of his high pitched voice.
Okay.
I think
And
Doughty's a little bit stockier though, so he can take some of the beating, whereas Clark is he's still filling out a little bit.
okay.
I,
Um,
I my fear is someone of those one of those goons from the HL is going to run his head through the boards like they did with Turcotte and stuff.
yeah, well,
But
that'll be on Rob Blake.
True.
true.
Definitely on Kings management.
If we have our second round pick, our number 2 pick overall. Was he number 2 overall?
Nah, 8.
Number 8, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Our number 8
former first.
overall. Right.
Yeah,
If he's down there and not with us, I know where I would have him.
yeah.
So,
PP1.
yep. I know there's some Twitter people that really West Coast bias, little shout out to him, right? He is real vocal about Clark. He don't like Clark right now. He thinks he's an immature brat that deserves to be down in the AHL, and I don't agree, but
I thought that was your like second account till he said that.
no. Nope. So, and but what's cool about him is he's not an idiot when with his, I mean, he listens and understands people have opinions and stuff like that. But
Right. All right, Kings fans, that's our show for today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and elbow that notification bell. Until next time, stay classy. Go Kings, go!
Go Kings.
right on.